Hi everyone, I'm She and welcome to Crafting in the Lyons Den. Yeah, I've rebranded, I've changed my name. I've actually done this because I watched a friend of mine, Claire's Crafty Corners video on YouTube channels, and it made me realise a few things. And by the way, if you haven't checked her out, make sure you do because she's amazing. That I actually have different names for all of my things. So I realised on Instagram I was the Lyons Den, on TikTok it was the Lyons Den Studio, my supply store is Indigo Creek, my YouTube channel was Secrets of the Squid. So how on earth was anyone, unless you are reading every single little bit, which let's face it, none of us do, you'd never know that it was actually me and it's the same person that's talking to you. So yes, I decided to change it all so you all know. So it's now going to be Crafting in the Lyons Den, so you know that it's me across all platforms. Anyway, let's move on from that. Today we're going to be looking at memorials. So I got a question on my TikTok page, which you now know is the Lyons Den, in case you want to go check that out. As someone asking if I could create something with a man's tie as they'd lost their father. So I came up with two ideas and I'm just going to go over them today and just do it step by step, a little bit slower, because on TikTok, as you know, you're limited on time and it's like, so this is just a slow way. The first thing we're going to be doing is this one. Just look at that. So it's a beautiful photo frame memorial. I don't know who Dave Edgar is or the date of birth. I did just make that up because I don't have any grandparents and I don't know any men that have died, so that have been close to me anyway. So I just made it up. So I apologise if this is your name. Oh, that's really bad actually. But we're going to be making the ties themselves, and then how to put them into this frame. The second thing we're going to be looking at is, ta-da! This is just like that scarf vase video that I did, and boom, it's how to make a vase out of a tie. So it's pretty much the same thing. So stick around at the end if you want to learn that one. I'll do the how to make tie roses video first. As always, please remember to hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, and I'll get back to you if you do comment asking questions. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoy. Bye. Okay, grab your tie that you want to use. You're going to take the smallest end of the tie to start with. Apologise for my voice, I've got a stinking cold, sorry. Okay, take that small end and you're going to fold it one end over the other and pull through the longer end of the tie. This is to create a knot, and that's going to be your little rosebud centre. Adjust it to as tight or as loose as you want, depending on how you want your finished flower to look. You're then going to take the long end of the tie and start winding it around that bud that you've created. When you're happy with those few folds around it, you're going to turn the tie and continue to wrap it round, adding a twist here and there. This just gives that petal look rather than it just being wrapped around like a little snake. But continue to go around, wrapping and twisting to however you want it to look like. You just keep going right until the end of the tie. You can adjust the tie as you go, just pulling out any extra sides that you want to make it look like the rose that you're intending. It's all each personal preferences. So now when you get to the end, you need to tuck in that fat end of the tie. You can leave a little bit hanging out as to act as sort of like a leaf, or you can do what I'm doing here and just go all the way around and tuck it in so that there is nothing else that's going to hang out. I'm readjusting my rose to make sure you can see the little bud centre. And a Blue Peter moment, here's one I made earlier. So you can see that different textures and colours really do show a difference in rose. So I've got this box photo frame from the Works. You're going to want one of those because it's obviously a deep box that you need to put the roses in. So take your thing apart. You're not going to need the glass from the front because these roses are quite 3D and they're going to stick out, so you're going to remove that glass. Next, print out your backing paper, what you want your frame to say, and then use the backboard as a guide for size and cut it down to shape. You're then going to glue that to the backboard so that it's not going to fall off. Okay, cut. God, that's messy, isn't it? So once it's glued, you're going to put that board back into the frame. Don't forget your little spacer, like I nearly did, and secure that in place. Okay, turn it over. Position your tie roses how you'd like them to sit in the box. And then grab your glue gun. Glue gun time. Just a little dab on the back, enough to make it stick to that paper you've stuck to the backboard. If you want, you can add little dollops of glue within the folds of the tie, just in case it's going to unravel. It'll sort of prevent that and act as a sort of extra safety measure. So you want to stick your gun right in and just dabs of glue. Then enjoy your piece. Look how beautiful that is, and what a beautiful way to remember someone by having one of their personal items there for you to look at. Lovely. And on to the second one. Grab a jar and you're going to need some cling film. So wrap your jar in cling film completely. The reason we do this is so that we can get it off the jar later, because otherwise it would just be stuck to the jar. So be quite liberal with the amount of cling film you're doing. The more, the better. Need some clear resin. That is just my pots that I reuse. It is clear resin, I promise you. Again, I get comments about that. Why you're not using clear resin? It is. I just tried, reduce the waste. Take your tie and you're going to submerge it completely in the resin. You want it nice and soaked all the way through. So give it a good mix. Again, please make sure you're wearing your safety equipment, especially when doing this technique, because you do not want your hands to get covered in resin. It is really bad for you. So it's almost like I've given my tie a little massage there. Ooh. And squeeze it out that excess, because you don't want it dribbling everywhere, really, do you? So when you're happy with the amount that's on your tie, you're going to take your jar, and this time with the biggest end first, we're going to start wrapping around from the base of the jar. You're going to find that it should stick quite nicely and easily to that cling film, having a little overlap over the previous loop of the tie so that you haven't got any spaces left in between. So just do that all the way up to the top until you've come to the end of your tie. There we go. When we get to the top, you want to try and tuck it in. You might need to just pull it loose a little bit, like that, and then tuck it through and pull it down and leave it in a nice diagonal way, because that's a pretty shape right there. So you're going to leave that to dry. When it's dry, take out the jar, and this is what you're left with. A nice little pot. Perfect for those faux flowers. It doesn't have a base on it, but if you want to add one, you can. It's all up to you. And look, it's kept the detailing of the tie. I hope you've enjoyed these videos. Let me know. I'll see you next time. Bye.